Hey, it's Dana Apple from Dapple Destinations. Welcome to Copenhagen.
Okay, do you know what time it is? Oh my God. So Dana and I both woke up at 4:30 this morning and went, I'm not tired anymore. So we're out and about. We're going to get coffee and then we'll figure out what we do from there.
Since our hotel was 2 blocks from the main train station, we thought we'd head over there as a good place to start. And as we walked around inside, we found that the McDonald's employees in Copenhagen are pretty snappy dressers. After Dana checked some emails, we went outside to try our luck with the ATM machine.
Okay, so here's Dana's funny money. That is 100 Danish Krone.
So Dana got a bunch of these bills, but don't be too impressed. 100 Danish Krone are currently worth about 12 cents. We eventually decided that we wanted to go visit the new harbor canal and asked the conductor which train would be the best one for us to take. He said that the trains don't really go to that area and we were better off just grabbing a cab outside. We arrived at our destination in about 10 minutes, and maybe now you can see why we wanted to come here.
Hey, it's Dana Apple with Dapple Destinations, and it's 7:30 in the morning, and we are in Copenhagen. This place is a really clean city, very friendly. Everyone rides their bikes to work, and we just got back from the train station to get a Starbucks to start our day, and then we're walking around, and this is the new harbor. It's the iconic shot you see from Copenhagen. Colorful buildings behind me. Very pretty, not too crowded yet. It's gonna be a good day.
There is one bridge over the new harbor canal, and it is covered with love locks. Romantic couples from all over the world profess their undying love for each other by locking a lock to the bridge and then throwing the key into the canal. It's a romantic tradition all over Europe, except that in Paris, the excess weight of the locks actually caused part of a bridge to collapse, leading to the removal of all the locks. Copenhagen has vowed to leave the locks intact. As a side note, is it just me, or does the word for public restroom all over Europe make you chuckle? Just me? Okay, moving on. We decided to take a stroll along the canal as the stores and sidewalk cafes were coming to life for the new day. Dana liked that the cafes provided blankets for outdoor seating. I liked some of the other stores, but Dana said we had no time for shopping. We turned right at the end of the canal just to see what else we might find. We came across Frederiks Church, also known as the Marble Church, and as I took a picture of it, I looked behind me and found an enormous plaza. We had accidentally stumbled across Amalienborg. This is a giant courtyard with 4 palaces facing each other. The courtyard is patrolled day and night by the royal guards. Now these gentlemen look very stern, but you can actually talk to them and take a picture. But as Dana found out, you just can't get too close. At about 9:15, Dana and I decided to catch a cab back to the hotel to get some breakfast and some rest. In the afternoon, we got together with some of the group we were traveling with and jumped onto a hop-on, hop-off bus to see the city. These buses are really great. You can find them in over 100 cities around the world. They stop at about 20 popular places throughout the city, and you can jump off of it if you like, spend as much time there as you wish, and then continue your day on the next bus, which comes along every 10 to 15 minutes. Now, we had planned ahead, looked at the scheduled route, and used the bus to take us to one of Copenhagen's greatest tourist attractions.
Now we're stopping to get a souvenir ice cream.
No, that isn't what we came to see. One of the top tourist attractions in Copenhagen is the statue of the Little Mermaid, who has been sitting on her perch since 1913. As small and unassuming as she might appear, the Little Mermaid is often the victim of vandalism. Whenever people have a political beef about something, they seem to take it out on the poor Little Mermaid. She's constantly being doused in paint. She's had her head cut off twice, her arms stolen. She's been blown off her perch with dynamite. A quick Google search for Little Mermaid vandalism will bring up a ton of photos for you. When we bought our bus tickets, there was also an option to include a canal ride, which we thought was too great to pass up. So we all boarded a canal boat to get a relaxing and unique view of the beautiful city. It seems that almost every city in Europe has their own version of Michelangelo's David statue. This is the beautiful Opera House, which sits directly across the river from the Amalienborg palaces that Dana and I visited. The canal boat eventually brought us back to the heart of the city where we got off. At this point, we all sort of separated. Some people went back to the hotels, others wanted to shop. But a small group of us decided to grab a drink at a sidewalk table outside a pub called the Dubliner. We had a couple of drinks and appetizers before realizing that it was almost a mile back to our hotel and it was getting dark. So Lee, the gentleman on the right at the end of the table, looked over and saw these two bicycle rickshaw guys. He approached them and asked them if they could take 6 people across town. They looked at each other, smiled, and said, absolutely. The next thing you know, we were off to the races.
Here they come, they're coming up on the side of us. Here, it's gonna be a race.
Right up on the sidewalk, no problem.
About a half hour after we got back from what I call the Chariot Race, a bunch of us rallied together to walk about 3 blocks and visit Tivoli Gardens, Copenhagen's gorgeous amusement park, which opened in 1843. It is the second oldest amusement park in the world and is celebrating its 175th anniversary this year. It's actually fairly big and has a great number of rides, games, shops, and restaurants. Some of our group had already eaten and went off to various rides, but Dana and I had a nice Italian-style dinner with 3 or 4 other people from our group. After dinner, our dinner guests went back to the hotel and Dana and I walked around and checked out the beautiful park at nightfall. Dana would step into a shop and I would stop to film something. Well, we eventually got separated and I didn't see her again until I got back to the hotel. But that didn't stop me from walking around and getting shots of this stunning place under the lights. At about 10:30, I ran out of gas and decided to call it a day. As I exited the park, though, I got turned around and began walking in the exact opposite direction from our hotel. After about 10 minutes, nothing looked familiar to me and I realized my mistake. What should have been a 10-minute walk turned out to be a 25-minute walk, but I eventually got back to our hotel, found Dana, and put an end to an incredibly memorable trip to Copenhagen.
If you'd like to visit Copenhagen, Denmark, and call Dapple Destinations at the number on your screen, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, or you can check out Dana's photos on Instagram. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below here. And as always, please like this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel by clicking on this little round picture. Other than that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.